What's up, everyone? It's not just me. Hold on a second. We got this guy. We got this guy.
I was going to say,
welcome to the pod. Believe it or not, Dan's here. Believe it or not, Adam's here. I've barely talked to Adam in a long time.
It's been a little while.
Love these guys. Hi, guys.
We're back, boys.
Just happy
We're back.
Here. I'm happy to be here.
And first of all, welcome to anyone watching on YouTube, on the live stream. Welcome to anyone tuning in to the YouTube videos afterwards, whether you're on Rob's channel, Dan's channel, my channel. That's right, we're streaming on all three locations
I have a
concurrently. Or you do. Or welcome to anyone listening on the pubcast, the recorded audio version, the pubcast afterwards as well. So yeah, welcome and thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, and of course, part of our course we went like almost an hour early. We were supposed to go live at 4. It's 3:15, so
it's Friday. Sometimes you slip into the pub for an early.
That was my fault.
Like that
and was ready.
So
we went live. So
yeah.
What's up, gentlemen? Yeah. Paul Engel's here. What's going on, Paul? We're gonna let it gel. We're early, so I don't think there's gonna be as well. Who knows? We're on 3 different channels, which I think is awesome. By the way, we got drinks. It is Pub Talk. This is dedicated to my good friend Mike from Our Theme Life. Brandon's at Universal, by the way. He doesn't even respond.
Nice.
He's too busy for us.
And I know if I was at Universal, I'd be having a good beer right now as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Instead, I have a very strong beverage.
Before the stream, Adam was describing this drink, and I'm like, save it for the. Hold on, Dan. Hold on.
Yes.
Go ahead. Let's hear about that.
So I'm feeling a little under the weather. It is the season where you come out of summer, you head into autumn or fall for the American friends, and when it gets quite autumnal, the temperature drops. And this week I came down with a cold. So I thought I'd cleared it by yesterday. Like at the start of the week, I was feeling rough. Then yesterday I felt better, and I was like, yes, I'm over this, it's fine. And then today it came back with a vengeance. So this
you were sick, sorry,
just to kind of clear out the sinuses and stuff. It's fine, I'll live with it, it's all good. But yeah, this is a double brandy with a single shot of herbal whiskey on top of that, and then topped up with ginger wine. So the entire thing is pure alcohol. So I could be absolutely leathered and not able to talk by the end of the stream. But
you didn't say this in rehearsal.
But on we go. It's Friday. Cheers, everyone.
Nice. And Dan, of course, what do you got there? Well, Dan said he has a similar looking alcohol.
Well, I mean, you can't really see it, but it looks like the same kind of color as Adam's concoction.
Oh, I see it. I see the reds were there. I do see it.
It's got a slight red tint. But so in the UK, we have something similar to what you have called Kool-Aid, but it's a bit more like stronger. And this is summer fruits. So you just mix it with a bit of water, and it tastes really good. And I've been drinking all this all day, trying to keep myself hydrated, like it says on the canister here.
And there's vodka in there, right, as well? Yeah.
No, because I've got to work tomorrow.
Oh.
So no, not tonight.
Whoa! You're working on a Saturday?
Yeah, it is. We have our basically our sort of house soccer tournament, football tournament, where all competing houses like Hogwarts come together.
Yeah, please drop the S word. It's just football, right? We're from the UK. We're from the UK. It's football, real football. Real football.
They're competing, so that's going to be tomorrow as well as other things. So I'm in tomorrow, which is great. But actually, I wasn't in today because my significant other also has not been very well. So
sorry.
So yeah, it's all going around. But apart from all the negative stuff, I just want to say this is the first. Well, obviously, this is a stream of all of our channels together, but this will be the first video posted on my channel in over 2 years.
Wow.
Well, welcome back, Dan.
Crazy.
The boys are back in town. So yeah, welcome back, Dan.
I feel like we need that song.
Welcome back.
We just need that. Like,
the boys are back in town, yeah.
But it's nice to be with everyone. It's nice to see everyone in the chat. It's nice to be with my buds here, and we're gonna have a good time this evening. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait. So, but yeah, we're using StreamYard, and I don't know. StreamYard, every time, it's so funny. Every time I come on, we don't stream that much. But every time they come on, they have all these new features and stuff. So I'm literally reading through this manual before we went. And a couple times, Adam's broadcast on his channel. So I said, Dan, you should broadcast on your channel. So I'm so glad we blew the dust off Disney Dan's channel and we are streaming. Nice. And
am I also right in thinking, sorry, Rob, to cut you up there,
great. Go for it.
Am I also right in thinking, Dan, this is the first ever pub talk on your channel?
Ooh.
It is the first.
No, it's not, because I think we did. Well, maybe it wasn't pub talk per se, but we did. I know we've done Disney Sharks on your channel.
We did Hangouts, but
this is the first one on my channel because, I mean, I was a very strictly Disney kind of thing, a Disney channel, but I think over the last sort of couple of years, I've just done this because I just want to have fun. I don't really care about the subscriber numbers. I don't care about social media. I don't care about any of this stuff. I just I need to sit up. Hi, Dean. I'm just here to have fun. I'm just here to have fun. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. I just want to be here with my bros, with my mates, with the chat, having fun. That's all I care about. I don't care about them. I don't care about
That's what it's all about, though, isn't it? Forget the numbers. Nobody needs to know about those metrics. Like, you know, if people enjoy it, like whether it's one person, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, whatever it is, like, you know, like we don't care. If we make one person smile, and that includes you two. If I make you two smile, my job's done. So, but like, you know, we have got a couple of people in. Dean from the live place is in. We got Michelle, the quilter.
Hey, Michelle.
We got Noah. We got Paul. So people are starting to filter into the pub. It's early, you know. So people can come into the pub as and when they like. People are working. They might come into the pub after work, as is
might watch the replay.
A typical Friday. They might watch the replay.
I'm gonna open the thing.
I'm just curious. This is just really random. Can you hear my squeaky chair?
I could hear something squeaking there, and I thought that's a very squeaky Coors Light.
It might be my hip.
That's right. I'm really embarrassed, Adam. I never noticed that to Dan's left there's windows, and for some reason I see cars driving by tonight, like a lot of them. I've never noticed cars driving by.
I thought like you were going to say that you didn't realize Dan had windows in his house.
Oh, you missed it.
There it is. There's a car. I never knew cars. I never saw cars driving by. I don't know. Maybe you have the blinds down or something. I don't know. I love that though.
No. We need to look at the wonderful misery of Britain.
usually you're off to the side a little, so I think it's usually cropped off.
Oh, Ebony's in the pub. Hey,
Ebony, what's up?
Yeah, she's in my there she is. So yeah, so
welcome to the pub. She's legal, isn't she?
No, she's 16. So like technically
legal for
like
drinking, yes.
Like for 18 is the legal age, so for drinking in the UK. But like I think if she went to a restaurant, some restaurants would let her have like a beverage with a meal, for example, like like not a beverage like a Coke, like a soft drink, as in like an alcoholic beverage.
I remember when I turned 16.
I don't know. Go on, sorry.
I remember when I was turned 16 that I was given a card, and on the card it told me everything I was able to do at 16 years old. Some of it obviously is interesting, but driving a tractor or a moped, I mean, Ebony, like these are the presents now that you got to ask your dad. You know, just driving a moped around town or getting a tractor, or you can gamble. I think at 16 now.
She can probably. I think she can play the national lottery now, like legally and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's 16. That may have changed to 18.
You could play the lottery.
Gambling is in
give you the money if you win.
Gambling is in going into a bookmaker's to place a bet on the horses. No, yeah, that's 18. But I laughed because Noah popped into. So I've got my YouTube channel up on my other screen, and Noah popped in with a stream jump sort of message. So I don't know whose stream he was in originally, but I think Noah's going to hop around the different pubs, which is all the same pub. It's basically like a pub with 3 rooms. You've got the lounge, you've got the bar, and you've got maybe the sports
room. The forgotten room.
Yeah.
The forgotten room.
Right, so
what was it called? The snook or whatever it's called. Like, yeah.
I have 6 people watching. Dan has 4, and Adam has 4. So
4. So yeah,
I do have all 3
welcome in,
pulled up,
people.
and it seems like there's the most chat in Dan's room. So in Dan's
that's
channel.
because as I posted in our little group chat, I put a gif of the "It's alive, it's alive" gif of my channel being brought back to life.
Nice.
Because people are like, wait, Dan is alive? Dan's channel is still alive?
People are going to lose their minds when they see that you've gone
so
live.
happy.
Dan.
But
You know,
to be fair, last time we streamed, today was Dan's idea. Thank you, Dan. I'll stream whatever you want, but thank you, Dan. But last time we streamed, Dan was teasing about he was going to go live and do all this grandeur stuff and everything.
This is true, yeah.
I guess this is it. This is the grandeur stuff.
Hold on, I even had. Hold on 1 second. Let me see, because I can share because this is technically our stream, not just our stream.
Yes,
you
can share too.
I had this thumbnail ready to go, but I never did the stream. Hold on, let me see if I can share it.
You might have to present. I might have to add you in, but I don't know if
my thumbnail's a temporary AI one until after the stream, and then
you have the worst thumbnail ever.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah, look,
I mean, you gave me 30 seconds to get it done.
I had that ready to go, but I never posted it.
That's the best thumbnail ever.
Maybe I'll maybe that'll be my next thumbnail for my actual stream.
All right, in the 15 chats we have open, who thinks Dan should stream again? I do. I think he should stream 100%. It's a great thumbnail. Bring it in. The 24-hour marathon, I think, should come back. So.
Oh God!
So here's Adam's thumbnail, by the way.
Hey, it's not aesthetically pleasing, but it's direct and straight to the point. It was created by AI, like literally, like 12 seconds before we went live.
I literally sent him the thumbnail. You could have just used that.
Sorry,
I'll put it up afterwards.
With all the advancements of technology, that's what they came up with.
I know.
AI is too busy creating, I don't know, stupid videos of apparently the Queen knocking on people's doors asking to use their bathroom, or what else have I seen this week? It's ridiculous. Like, just AI has gone absolutely crazy with please do a video of, I don't know, name one celebrity here,
Bon Jovi.
Punching out another celebrity here, or whatever, or
Motley
going for
Crue.
dinner with someone, or it's ridiculous. Like, AI's gone absolutely mental. So I think AI has been so overworked by people's sheer stupidity that, like, when people actually need it to create them a genuine thumbnail of hanging out with their buddies in the pub, it gives me a blue screen with white text that says, "There you go, off you go."
You know what AI won't be able to do? You know what AI won't be able to do? Create games where they put music or people's phrases backwards and you have to guess what people are saying.
No, AI won't be able to do that, but your buddy here will. Your buddy here will be able to do that.
That was amazing.
We'll bring that back. We'll bring that back. Like Halloween, like we were talking about maybe doing a Halloween pub talk, because obviously we've done one. Not every year, but most years. But I'm away on, because Halloween's a Friday this year. But I'm away on Halloween at a Halloween party with some film colleagues. So So I wouldn't be able to go live on Halloween itself. Whether we do one the week of, I'll probably be dressing up. I haven't figured out my costume yet, but whether we do on the week of or whatever, like, remains to be seen. But otherwise, like you say, for Christmas, we'll definitely bring back Reverse Words, because Reverse Words was so much fun.
That was so funny
when we did that last year.
So. That was so funny. I think honestly, we should, even if we did it for Christmas, where we all come to the stream, the pub, with one game, and we all present our games, and we all take part in an evening of games, a house of games, not to copyright
an evening of merriment.
The evening of drunken merriment.
I already got the thumbnail ready. And Adam goes, I swear, in the chat is like, wasn't that last year's thumbnail? Every single House of Horror thumbnail is the same exact thing. And it's on purpose, because I think it's just funny that I did mix it up a little bit. But he's like, isn't that the same thumbnail as
It's
last year? I'm like,
the
yeah,
same
it's the same
house.
thumbnail as the other 4. It's the same house,
yeah.
everything,
It's
but it's just
same font and everything.
It's so funny. And it's so funny. What a tease in the intro. A couple of the costumes we wear is in the intro. So
Yeah.
It just shows you how amazing it is. So
we have done a few good costumes during our Halloween stints. So,
well, you guys have. I've been terrible. I've
Well,
worn a
then-
onesie.
I wear a kid costume.
I've worn a onesie and a bunny mask, and that's it.
So
That's
now
all.
you've got to go all in on the next one.
All in for sure.
I might go as this thing behind me.
You can
Oh,
be a
Pikachu.
Pokemon with the little
Like as
Pikachu.
I'll tell you what.
Pokedan.
Apart from Disney, golf, and cooking, my obsession now has been Pokemon. Like genuinely, right. Okay, this is something I've been working on. Right. So, oh gosh, this is one.
He's going to show us a drawing in crayon, isn't he?
This is one of my binders, right?
What?
And what I'm trying to do is collect one of every Pokemon species. Look at this.
Oh.
Look at this. This thing is effing expensive.
So for the audio listener, Dan is showing us a binder full of cards.
For the audio listener.
Yeah. Well, if anyone's listening on the pubcast, they can't see what Dan's showing us. So
me and Rob who listen back.
for the audio listener, Dan is showing us a binder full of cards. Not playing cards, not tarot cards, but like
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon tarot cards.
That's only binder 1. I've got binder 2 and binder.
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
I've seen you post pictures of your stuff or video or something.
Well, because I don't use social media anymore. Because social media, except for YouTube, is like the worst thing in the world now. But
as you told me,
but you know what? Actually, because I'm so addicted to these cards now. I pulled this one, right? This just normal card, right? I pulled 2 of these, and both of them are worth 250 to 300 quid each.
Wow.
So that's why they're like protected in like.
Are they like random in the packs or whatever?
And where do you keep the spare key for your house? And where do you keep these binders? Just if for someone that's maybe saving for a new car or.
No, I'm moving to the country of Algeria.
Excellent.
And no one will be able to find me.
Wait, I already know your address. It's 22 Algeria Way, Algeria. Algeria Way, Algeria Road, Algeria Boulevard. That's the one.
I got a huge binder of high
Hassan.
cards at a yacht sale for $10 a few weeks ago. Nice. And actually, so there's these 2 really big Pokemon YouTubers called Pokey Chloe and Pokey Dean. Yeah, very creative names. But their card shop, their actual Pokemon card shop,
Pokey Dan.
Yeah, I've got Pokey Dan. There's like Poking Dan is a bit weird. But their shop is 20 minutes down the road, and I'm now like on a first name basis with these guys, and I'm in there like every single week. And I'm also selling Pokemon stuff on my eBay. That's the only thing social media stuff. Go check out my eBay. I sell mystery boxes and stuff. It's really cool.
Hey,
you have an
Pamela
eBay
Hoffman,
channel? Hold on,
well.
Breaking news.
Yeah, my reviews are really funny because they, with eBay reviewers, they try and stitch you up and try and say all these things. And there was one eBay reviewer who gave me a very negative feedback.
Sorry about that.
And it knocked me down by like 20% on my
resolve it.
feedback. So it's taken me like over a year to try and get it back. And I wrote a very lovely sub-patronizing message back to this person claiming that he's completely wrong in every single way. But hey,
that helped.
But I'm still doing pretty good though. So I've got a nice shop. I've got lots of stuff on there. So if you guys want to check that out, I do overseas shipping. So I do ship internationally.
Good to know. If you want to put your link in there, or we can
I'm not gonna probably get it much.
Do you want to put your link in there? We'll put it in the description, or you don't want to?
I could try it, but I don't know why anyone would buy from me when you could buy it cheaper like anywhere else.
You never know. but we can put it in the description too. So after
Yeah,
watching the
okay,
stream on
I'll-
YouTube
I'll-
or whatever. All right, I'm going to start it off, guys. Something's flicking here. I don't know what's going on. I feel like
It's
being
Halloween.
that light's going.
Woo,
Ooh.
spooky.
Hold on.
Sorry.
That light bulb is loose, I think, because I kind of took it out. Yeah, I like the spooky,
Yeah.
the house of horror. So I'm going to start it off. I don't know if you guys saw this, and little disturbing. I saw it on TMZ. I don't know if you guys know TMZ in the States here.
I know. Yeah, we know TMZ.
Yeah.
But they had additional footage. They had footage of this. That, you know, the breaking news was someone died in the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. I don't know if you guys saw that. But they did it so, like, someone has footage of the cat, the what's it called? The medics came through with the stretcher, like 5 or 6 people. They weren't even really running. They were like going fast and everything. But the most disturbing part is the footage. They show the person coming out of the Haunted Mansion. They don't cover this lady. Nothing. I'm pretty sure it was a lady. And they literally show the lady coming out. I feel bad for the woman and everything. But, you know, I was thinking about it. Like, if you're going to go, like, and if you're a Disney fan, you die in the Haunted Man. Like, that's not, you know, a lot of, you got to see the comments, of course. The 99 goes, she was the one more or whatever. But
wow, she is the one more.
How bizarre is that? That a lady
I saw someone comment. I saw someone comment on the Facebook feed. They were like, "Did the medics not realize that the person who died was an animatronic?"
Oh God,
That's crazy.
God.
I'm just like,
That's
how
terrible.
far can you go?
The comments were off the wall.
And this is the
It's
thing. The
crazy.
internet is, you're always going to get people with just really distasteful comments, and people jump on that so quickly. And yeah, I mean, it's horrible because obviously it's meant to be the happiest place on earth.
It's crazy how that this is the second person who's passed on
in
a
a theme park
ride
this year. Yeah, on a ride.
Yeah, because on Starship Races.
On
the Haunted Mansion, but it's really quite weird because you never hear anything like that. The last thing that was really bad that I've seen on a roller coaster was what happened in Alton Towers, maybe 10 years ago?
The
Smiler.
Yeah.
When two cars came together and lots of
that's because they'd sent a test one out. Which got stuck partway around, and they hadn't realized that it was stuck, and they sent a live one out with
That's crazy.
with people on it.
But that was human error. This was
one of my friends from work, one of my colleagues from work was actually in the line to ride that, and he was at the front. He should have been on the one that went that crashed into the back of the other one, but he waited for 45 minutes and he went, "Do you know what? This isn't going anytime soon," and he left the line. And then it went maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes later, and
glad he's all right.
That's mad. But like, that was purely human error, whereas
what negligence
what happened in Orlando, like, this is purely like just quite weird and freaky.
It's weird because the guy was like a paraplegic, and apparently he rode it a few times, and then that's the last time. That's when he passed. So, like, he something happened.
Is that Epic?
He hit his head or something. Yeah, that's what.
Well, is it? That's Epic, not Haunted.
Epic Universe.
Yeah. I didn't realize he'd ridden it a few times. I assumed it was a cardiac arrest, but
you just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's all, it's all assumption, isn't it? Because unless you're close to the scene and and things, then
you don't really know.
Yeah, and the internet reports that come out get wildly speculative all the time. So yeah. This has taken a dark turn, hasn't it?
No, it's all right. It's life.
Welcome to the happy pub. But no, it is life,
and
it is life, and it's.
Hassan was asking, "Is a prank?" No, it was real. That someone did. I think they truly did pass. It was very hard to see if the person was alive or not on the gurney, but.
I saw the headline yesterday. I didn't click on the article, but I saw the headline saying that someone had passed on the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland in Anaheim. This one, isn't it?
Correct,
it wasn't Disney World. It was California. But it's tragic. It's tragic because you go to these places for a fun day out. You go to these places for a vacation, a fun vacation with your family or your friends or whatever. You know,
it's crazy.
yeah. So it is. Yeah, it's terribly tragic.
Let's keep on a similar conversation. I wanted to ask you guys this: with all the closures in every park right now,
yeah,
is it worth still going at the moment? Do you think?
And they raised the price.
And they raised the prices. But I saw that certain months of the year that they're doing like $250 off, $150 off. Like,
are you talking specifically Disney right now, or are you talking about anywhere, everywhere?
I'm talking Disney, Walt Disney World.
Walt Disney World in Florida, more specifically.
Is it worth right now going to Disney with everything that's closed, or would you rather wait for everything to open in all the parks that are having construction?
Now, we as Disney fans of Walt Disney World especially, and you see the clamor for it at D23 and D23 Expo and stuff like that year on year, you know, and especially given everything that Universal have done over the last few years, people have been clamoring for Disney to improve, because Disney kind of got left behind by Universal a little bit. There are a lot of people that actually prefer Universal to Disney these days, such as the lack of development that Disney did over a number of years. They haven't had a big D23 kind of announcement year for a little while, and that was when they announced things like Galaxy's Edge and, you know, things like that, you know. So until like last year, when they kind of announced like Villains Land and stuff like that, Monsters Inc. So yeah, with that, because everyone wants development, and the only development that's not going to hinder anything is having a fifth gate, which Disney just aren't interested in doing right now. That's a fact. They're not interested in pumping millions and billions into a fifth gate when they can expand on the land that they've got and still keep, you know, everything turned over. So
I think it's on the cards.
I think it will be on the cards eventually, but I don't see it happening before 2030.
No, I think it's a fact. Didn't they say in the next 20 years they are building a fifth gate?
When I say don't see it happening before 2030, I mean an announcement. I don't see it happening in the next 5 years.
That next year, when they have D23, it'll be 2026.
They won't announce it before Villains Land's open.
I reckon they're going to tease something or announce something next year to do with the fifth park.
I mean,
the reason why I truly believe that is because we know Villains is coming, we know Monsters is coming, we know Cars Land is coming. These are all things that are confirmed. There's nothing that's blue sky.
Yeah, it's nothing blue sky at the moment. Yeah.
Which is why I think they will announce a blue sky themed park next year, because
I was going to say they're only going to announce blue sky stuff for a while now, I think.
Exactly, but I feel that what they'll do is they'll test the waters. What they'll do is like, right, we're going to do a fifth park. We're thinking of doing this. We've got this. We're doing that, and then with social media, with YouTube, with everything, with the whole social media and everything, everyone will start creating ideas, everyone will start having opinions, everyone will start talking about this, talking about that, and Disney's going to be watching, and Disney does watch. The reason why I know they watch is because I'm on Disney Plus, but that's not the point. The point is that they'll see what everyone is thinking, and then they'll piece together what the park will look like, or get an idea of what the park is themed by, and then they'll announce the actual thing. But I think that's
too risky to let. I think that's too risky to let internet opinion govern what your park's going to be.
No, I don't.
Bearing in mind, Disney is a massive conglomerate business, and they're in the business of making money. And all their decisions have been since the pandemic has been to rinse the customer of more cash with a lot of ludicrous decisions, like you just said. They are. They're rinsing us of more cash. Like you say, they've just put the prices up, even though a lot of things are closed. You know, they haven't. The one thing that they used to offer that was different to everyone else was free, you know, fast passes. And now it's like, you know, you've got to. It's bad enough that you've got to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for your ticket, but then all of a sudden, you know, if you're a family of 4 and you want to do like Genie Plus or whatever the hell it's called these days, the next incarnation of that, the Fast Pass Plus or whatever it is, you've suddenly got to add an extra $100 on top because it's $25 a head or whatever, per day. Which, if you're out there for 2 weeks, is disgusting because that's another $1,400 if you're doing a pure Disney holiday. It's like all they're doing is rinsing people of more money, and I don't think they're going to let internet opinion govern where that money is spent. They will form a plan before they announce a fifth gate. They will absolutely draw up plans of how they can rinse customers of more money. I think
they've been doing that for years. I think they've already been thinking of what park to create for years. I mean, look, I have no idea what that park will be, and I'll be curious to know if anyone has any ideas. But
Disney Retroland, bring back all the rides that they took away from us that we loved. Great movie ride.
Rob will be there.
Great movie ride. Half of Epcot Center. Mr. Toad. So that's what it should be.
I would love
great big ass movie ride.
The great movie ride. Epcot Center. Yeah.
Even
I don't
stuff
know.
That people don't want. Just or like Maelstrom.
Yeah, Maelstrom. Yeah. To go back to your question of if it's worth going, if you hadn't guessed by the tone of my voice, a lot of the decisions Disney have made over the last couple of years, and before we went live today and we were talking about going live, and I said, general catch up, and Rob had said, no, maybe like some general Disney talk. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of over Disney at the minute because of a lot of the decisions they've made. That being said, I will caveat that with it's still my most favorite place on earth. So I will say that, but is it worth going? For me, yes, but that's because I don't just purely do Disney. If I'm going to Florida, I'm going for a minimum of 2 weeks, ideally 3 weeks, and I'm going to do all the other stuff in between. So I'm going to do the SeaWorlds and the Busch Gardens and the Kennedy Space Centers and the Universals, and I'm going to do the water parks that no one in America seems to like doing, so Volcano Bay and Typhoon Lagoon or whatever, maybe have a beach day, maybe have a rest day. Obviously, a lot of Disney and stuff as well. But so is it worth going? Yes, because there's still so much to do, including a new theme park that I've not yet had a chance to explore. Absolutely, it's worth doing. However, is it as tempting and easy to do now in the current climate than it was 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Not a chance, because, and that's even without the closures, but just because Disney have made it such a harder achievement to reach that holiday, that holiday that you want to spend with your family, and you want to take all your spending money and you want to get all your theme park tickets and this, that, and the other, and have all those great days, making those memories. It's just so difficult right now because Disney are just pricing people out, unfortunately. But that being said, would it stop me going? No, of course it wouldn't, because I love it, and that's the problem, because the fans don't vote with their feet and boycott. Like, people will always go to Disney because for some people it's a once in a lifetime thing. Then Disney will get away with charging people through the nose and whatever. And yes, it will always be worth going because there's always plenty enough open still, despite the closures. Yeah, that's my rant about it.
There's just so many cool new things I want to see. I think I would want to hold off a little bit, maybe 2-3 years, and see what the deal is. But I don't know.
Well, new Epcot, new test tracks, is that open now, or is it open?
Yeah, that's open.
Yeah, so that's open now. So Kim's never ridden test track yet. Yeah, Kim's been twice and she's not ridden test track yet.
Yeah.
So
the ride, it looks so much more refreshing than the previous one, and it looks.
The previous one was terrible compared to the first one.
The only thing I liked about the old one was that you were able to design the car, but then now I can see it's very old tech, whereas now paying homage to the World of Motion. And you see loads of sort of throwbacks to the World of Motion. Thanks to Rob's video, check them out. It's really cool to see that sort of hybrid of Test Track and World of Motion together, which made things really great. I think there's a bit of soundtrack in it.
I loved old Epcot, so to see that is great. Yeah.
I think there's so much more that they can do, but that park is slowly becoming just almost like the perfect park. It's got the thrill rides, it's got the relaxed rides, it's got the World Showcase. It just needs bring back Illuminations, and that part will be perfect.
Illuminations or Harmonious, yep. Either of those two. And
Harmonious can go do one because I hated it.
Oh, did you? You hated Harmonious? See, I
I
preferred Harmonious to Epcot Forever, and I preferred Harmonious to the current thing that they've got going on now.
Luminous. Yeah.
Illuminations will always be my for me. The Illuminations that ran for 20 years. There was an Illuminations before that. That was it wasn't Illuminations Reflections of Earth. It was Illuminations something else. I can't remember what it was called. But but the Illuminations that ran for 20 years was like the quintessential soundtrack. Like I loved it.
Of Epcot. I remember. We flew into MCO, and even in the
they played it. Yeah, they play that as you arrive. Yeah,
they played Illuminations.
They play Illuminations.
In Passport Control.
Yeah, I spotted that in 2017 when I went. I walked in and I was like, "Oh my god, it's Illuminations!" And it was.
I'm just like, that is the best advertising Disney has ever done. It's just like, I know you've come to Orlando, but come to Epcot. We got this amazing firework display.
Me and Kim have said, like, obviously we talk about like the Friday pub, finish work, go to the pub. If you were fortunate enough to live in Orlando, and a lot of our friends are, you got a lot of Disney YouTubers, streamers, people like Walt and Melissa, people like Pam, and a lot of other friends as well, Steve from Steve's World and others that live in the area. I just fancy like finishing your day at work and being like, it's Friday night. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go and take a stroll around World Showcase. And while I'm there, I'm going to watch the fireworks. I'm going to grab a drink or two.
Drink around the world.
I'm going to not necessarily drink around the world and get leathered, but like, just grab a drink or two, grab a snack from, if one of the festivals is on, like one of the booths that's around, or whatever, like one of the quick eats. Some sort of a bit of cultured food from any of the many countries around World Showcase. Good food, good drinks, a nice pleasant evening if it's not raining. Fireworks, friends. What a perfect evening! Like that's the pub I want to go to every Friday night.
What's interesting with that is that when you live out there, you're only paying for your annual pass. Now, the annual pass would include parking, so that's another cost that you don't need to worry about. The people who live out there, they don't get lightning lanes or fast passes because they live there and they can go on whenever they want.
Can go whenever they like. Yep.
You can go in and go out within 10, 15 minutes and you could go to have a drink and whatever. You just go out and enjoy your evening, and that'll be it, wouldn't it? And that's
Lauren B just mentions it in the chat there. I lived in Orlando for 20 years. When my husband worked there, we would take the kids after dinner just to walk around. Sounds perfect. Honestly, that sounds like what you want to do. Like, just clock off from work, go in and just enjoy a stroll, and with music and culture, because that's what World Showcase is.
I had a taste of that when I did my college program. I would go before work and ride a few rides, or go have a drink somewhere, or whatever, go and work, or when I finish work, I'll go to Disney Springs, go to Magic Kingdom, or whatever, and just do a couple of things and then go. Like it was such a refreshing thing, because you could just go in, do whatever you wanted to do. There's no rush, there was no stress, there was no, I need to go here, I've got my dining reservation there, I've got my lightning lane here. You just go in, do what you need to do, and leave, and that was it. And it's a very much it works out so much, for them, it's a completely different financial ball game. Completely.
Yeah. See, Lauren B just thrown in an Uber caveat there as well. So she said how nice it was to go and walk around, but she said living in Orlando sucks. I've not had the pleasure of living in Orlando.
Traffic, or is that because of the weather?
Orlando's not Orlando, like, all right, Interstate 4 can get a bit clogged, but Orlando isn't known for horrendous traffic. Not like LA or anything like
the
that.
UK.
Yeah. So
it is
we
crazy.
get traffic.
Yeah, the M6 in the UK.
M6,
New York's the worst.
M25.
The
Yeah,
M25. Trust
The M25
me.
is the biggest car
Kimmy.
park in Europe. So, did you hear Kimmy then say the M25? Yeah, so, yeah.
And I
Kimmy
live
joined in
20
the
minutes from
background,
the M25. And it's awful.
yeah, the M25 is the biggest car park in Europe, right? So, but
it's-
then LA, you can get stuck in a traffic jam at 3 a.m. Like, so it's like,
I wanted to ask Lauren. Her husband actually worked in the animation building at MGM Studios.
That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Lauren,
That's
I was
awesome.
curious to see what your thoughts are on that. They're actually bringing back the animation courtyard. So I wanted to see what you thought about
That's
that.
cool. Yeah.
That's one of
I believe he
Disney's
worked
best
on
decisions.
Aladdin, I think, which is awesome. He's an animator. So, or he was
What
a
was
colorist, I think.
What was Pamela's question there? Pamela Hoffman. Is there a new land or ride that will be opening with the new upgrades that any of you are most happy to see open up in Disney World? I guess for me,
by coincidence, I just brought one up. So
I guess for me, Villains Land, just because it's so different. And I think Epic Universe at Universal opening with the Dark Universe thing gave Disney the confidence that that's what fans wanted. I think they'd thought about it for a long time, but Disney being such a family-friendly, happiest place on earth thing, I think they were reluctant because they weren't sure how, like everyone always roots for the good guy. So like they weren't sure how a villain's land, a land dedicated just to the villains would go. I think the idea of Monsters Inc. was kind of fun, but like I was sad to see
Muppets,
Rock and Roller Coaster go, and also Muppets, like so Muppets obviously making way for Monsters Inc. and then Muppets going over to Rock and Roller Coaster. So there were two changes that I was sad to see go. I loved Muppets 4D. I loved Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith. I knew the contracts were expiring with Aerosmith, so I knew that they were on the cards, but still sad to see them happen. Cars Land again, like I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out, but it's sad to see. It's sad to see the island go and everything. But Villains Land, I think, is the one that I'm most interested in because I just want to see that difference. That Disney have shown now what they can do. That is amazing. That transports you away from Disney, if that makes sense. And that's with Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and things like that, or even to a degree with Toy Story Land. Where you become a toy, like and things like that. I think they're great. So I'm so intrigued to see what they do with Villains Land. I think to make that a little bit different.
I think for me, to answer the question, firstly, you got to also think of Pandora as well, the world of Avatar. That was the first big land of Disney World that was fully immersive. But I haven't really. Don't get me wrong, I am looking forward to Villains Land. But for me, the two that I'm really looking forward to, number one, I don't know how many people and how many times that we've even mentioned on my channel, on Pub Tour, whatever, about having the Doors roller coaster from Monsters Inc. Everyone has been craving that ride.
People have been talking about that for 10 years. Yeah.
10 years. And I mean, who wouldn't have wanted, like, when you watch that movie, it's one of the most iconic scenes in Pixar history. And people have been clamoring for over a decade. And I'm so glad that we're not only getting the roller coaster, but the design of we are being lifted, with the door up onto that big sort of conveyor belt and then taken through that door and immersed into this world of doors all over that go to all different parts of the world. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
It is very cool. Yeah.
I'm really looking for, and if they do anything similar to that to what they've done over with Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean, that ride is going to be immense. It's going to be incredible. And then
what's going in the Muppet Theater? Did they talk about that yet?
I don't know what's going in there.
Are they going to move the Monsters Inc. show from? It would make sense to move the show. I've never heard anything. From Magic Kingdom.
Well, I would like to see the Monsters Inc. laugh floor.
Monsters Inc. To answer Lauren. Sorry, Lauren asked what movie this is. Yeah, Monsters Inc.
I'd like to see the laugh floor close at Magic Kingdom and be moved over to where Muppet Vision 3D was.
That would make sense, and then do something else in Tomorrowland.
You can do so much more with Tomorrowland. I would open like a Tron themed.
They already have an empty spot there, though.
They have an empty spot, but the empty spot is not huge. Like it's like where you used to have Alien Encounter and then Stitch. Like it's not huge. However, they do need to do something with that. And what I would love if they can figure it out is to somehow join something there. Like
I was just going to say that.
How about this?
Now you couldn't do it overground because then you'd shut off the biggest walkway into Tomorrowland. You probably couldn't do it underground because you'd come into contact with the utilidors. So I don't know what they could do, but like I'd still like them to do something.
One of them should be this: get Tron, the end of line bar, all neon lights, right?
Nice.
Like you see in Tron Legacy, all these like tiny little, almost test tubes of drink, and Daft Punk just playing in the background.
Awesome. What about the arcade?
Flint's arcade.
They did something like that. They did something with Flint's arcade.
And then you play.
Speaking of bar, sorry, Kim is working and she demanded that I make her a tasty beverage, which I did. I made myself a tasty beverage. I need to go and top up, so I'm going to the bar. I will be back.
Tron.
That's what this is after all. Pub talk. Go get a drink, people.
To open the bar door to go into the end of line bar, that would be unreal. But the other ride that I'm looking forward to, and this is going to maybe upset a few people, but I can't wait for this off-road cars attraction in Magic Kingdom. And, you know, I know people are upset with Tom Sawyer Island, but for me, like, how many people go into Disney World to go to Tom Sawyer Island?
I've been there when I was a kid. That was it.
Like, I'm sorry, like, I understand that, you know, it's part of Disney World's heritage, but Walt was always about moving forward and change.
It just set the stage, set the ambiance. I never went on the boat, never went to the island, never did anything. But
for me, it didn't really fit anymore. It was something that was very 1970s, 1980s.
Yeah, they slowly took out a lot of stuff. They took out the shooting gallery. They took out, you know.
But if you're going to go into this sort of
Pirates bar,
if you're going to go into this sort of great, you know, Midwest frontier, I'm all for this cars attraction, because if it's anything like Radiator Springs Races in Disney's California Adventure, sign me up. Sign me up, because that ride looks amazing. And if it's anything like
that's Test Track meets Cars. So.
But what I'm saying is, if you're going to get a ride that's inspired by Radiator Springs Races, if you're going to have a ride that is as immersed as Radiator Springs Races and put it in Magic Kingdom, it's going to be another great ride to have in Magic Kingdom. It's going to be another, you know, e-ticket attraction, which Magic Kingdom needs. You need those sort of ones that are a bit more laid back, and you need the ones that are a bit more sort of e-ticket. You know, this is the biggest theme park in the world. You can't have everybody line up for Tron or line up for Tiana's. You need everyone to disperse around the park. So to have lots of e-ticket attractions, I think is important. For me, having the Liberty Bell go and having Tom Sawyer Island go, okay, but you know, we lost 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. We lost the Great Movie Ride. We lost, you know, so many incredible, the Backlot Tour. Like the Backlot Tour was a massive era, and we lost that. We lost Lights Motors Action. We lost so much that made each park feel special. But I feel like it's time we have to move forward. You know, we want to get kids, especially, you know,
kids love cars.
Kids love cars. Yeah. Not just the franchise, but just they love playing with cars. Like I think I read a stat a couple of years ago that apart from Star Wars, Cars is the most successful toy that, you know, people buy all over the world.
That's crazy.
Like not like Cars the movie, but just toy cars. Like it's the most used toy, your most used port item or something. I'm really excited by it. Yeah, you got one there. I've got loads just back here. I've got a load of F1 cars.
I found these on the beach, by the way. That's what I.
Oh, you're like this. Hold on, I'm going to turn my camera on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you something which you'll absolutely love because it's Hollywood Studios and it's retro.
Okay, my car. I collect little Disney cars, by the way. I've shown this probably a billion times on this show.
Check this out. This is, you won't get many of these.
Oh, cool. I've seen that before.
Now, this, if anyone doesn't know, this is one of the parade cars from Hollywood Studios. And in the parade cars was C-3PO and R2-D2 taken from Star Tours. So if you look, it's the land speeder. If it looks like the land speeder from A New Hope. This is really cool. This is from 2002.
That's cool.
It's a bit dusty, but it's really cool.
Yeah, mine's a little dusty too. But here's my collection. I have from Star Tours.
Is that the original one?
I think so. Yeah.
That's really cool.
And then I have
not the new Star Speeder one.
No, this one got broke.
Oh, the old test track car.
Test track car.
That's cool.
I collect the little cars. And then
Dinosaur. Yeah.
And then this is
I'm gutted Dinosaur going. Oh yeah, and the Radio Spears race car.
Yes, there he is.
On the desk. It is funny that we're gaining a cars attraction, yet we've still got the Speedway in Tomorrowland.
Well, it's kind of funny. But I think it's an outdoor trackless ride, which is going to be cool. You know, I'm all for trackless rides.
Outdoor trackless?
I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's trackless. So
I'll be interested to see what happens in the Florida rain.
I know. I was thinking that too.
You know, when you get those Florida storms, I don't know how it's going to work.
Oh, it seemed like it was like your desert and sand and I don't know. I'm just thinking about the what's it called? The sketches and stuff. We got to get to Ryder Cup because I know you guys are going to talk. I'm going to set a 15-minute time limit on the Ryder Cup. So, because here comes
I don't know how much
Mr.
we can
Adam
talk about on the Ryder Cup because I'm sure Adam would like to. Oh, here he is.
So we're kind of running out of time here. We could go a little long, but I don't know if Dan's availability or Adam. I can't hear you, Adam. You are muted.
I'm still going.
So.
I'm just saying we're not running out of time. This is the time we were supposed to start.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what Dan's story is, but
we're an hour. We're an hour in.
I'm good.
Okay, just checking. So let's. We're just talking about just stuff in general. You didn't really miss
cars.
Just
like cars.
Cars and how kids love cars, and Dan was saying that's like the most played thing next to Star Wars. So, which is cool.
So I was just catching up on the chat as well. It's fantastic. I love Star Wars. Limited chairs on Liberty Square.
We'll talk about sort of getting the whole closure of Tom Sawyer Island and the Liberty Bell in replace of cars, which I'm really looking forward to.
Ebony has said I'll come over later. I'm not sure whose channel she said that on because it wasn't on my channel.
I think
it is on your channel. Yeah, it is on your channel because I have everyone's channels pulled up. So.
I think she's referencing she's coming to you.
Maybe my stream crashed.
I know Noah's always over at Dan's channel, so thanks, Noah.
Yeah.
You got it. I love that we're on 3 channels. It's great.
I think it's great. I think it should be a thing.
My channel is very different now. So I publish a ride a day. I publish shorts. Yeah, you're non-existent. I'm at 28.4 thousand subscribers. So for me, a lot of stuff live and premieres don't do great, but people watch the replays and everything, and I appreciate you. So if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. But yeah, so like I love that we're on. Like we couldn't do this technology. I love that we're on all 3 channels. So
I love it.
Sharing the love, yeah, for sure.
From the days of Google Hangouts to where we are.
I'll tell you what, though, as great as StreamYard is, Google Hangouts was just amazing. I loved it. I thought it was.
I don't know. It was so like every time someone talked, Google Hangouts would just point you into the person who's talking. And even if you like sneezed, it will point the camera towards you. And you're just like, I don't want the camera on me when I'm sneezing.
So funny.
Or when I'm eating.
Yeah.
Not that I eat loudly.
That was fun. And then we had a ton of people. What was the record we had? Like 20 people or something you could have at once in there?
Yeah. We had some fun hangouts.
No, I think it was 15. And it was quite a lot.
I miss everyone. I miss a lot of people.
That led to Pub Talk, didn't it? Because we just used to hang out on Google Hangouts, and
it didn't just lead to Pub Talk. It led to this YouTube community that we have. Without us, none of this would have happened. Without that, Adam, you wouldn't have been at my wedding, and I wouldn't be at yours,
and you would have been at mine. Yeah,
and we wouldn't have this.
We went to each other's weddings, man. We went to each other's weddings. Look at that! Look at that! You were there when I put that ring on my finger.
That's awesome. I play a game called Plunder Pirates.
Just to confirm, we didn't marry each other.
Yeah,
like,
to confirm. If you're new to the channels, if you're new to one of the channels, yeah. But I play a game called Plunder Pirates, and it's kind of like a social thing too. And two people met in Plunder Pirates and got married, which was awesome. So we went to their wedding, and we wrote to the company, and the company literally sent this huge, like they made this huge. I don't know if you ever played Plunder Pirates. It's like this artwork style. The artist did a thing for them and sent shirts and everything. And it was such a cool experience. I went, and all the friends I made on that game, which is not really around much anymore, but I went to Pennsylvania, not Philadelphia. And I went to their wedding, which is awesome. Oh, very nice.
Look what shirt I'm wearing.
The Pub Talk shirt.
Where's my pub?
By the way, that
whoa. Look what shirt I'm wearing.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, where's my Pub Talk shirt?
If I could get a Pub Talk shirt. No one sent me a Pub Talk shirt.
By the way, the Drinking Around the World episode is our biggest episode, period. So, by far.
That was a monumental episode.
Yeah.
Can I just say?
We've done two of them, by the way. So go check them both out.
Sorry, I need to go back to this because I'm fuming. Not only do I not have a Pub Talk shirt, but where is my trophy from the Oscars?
I was just thinking that too. I was thinking that when you were talking about your.
Sorry, let me get that sorted.
I have my Pub Talk shirt as one of the founders.
I don't have a stock of them. Like I had to purchase
doors
them
not open
myself.
today?
Yeah.
Like,
you may not have stock, but I managed to get one of the. I got a few of these.
Yeah.
So where's the shirts? Did they just get lost in the mail?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I'll keep you posted on the shirt.
Yeah, just I feel like when it comes in the mail, I'll just see like a big spit mark all over it.
I didn't have your size.
What, gorilla size?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, no, I didn't know what your sizing was, so I couldn't send you one. That's what it was. So yeah.
I'm baby gorilla.
Baby gorilla, cool. I'll see if we've got any in stock of baby gorilla.
We do have to sort that out.
So were you talking about the Ryder Cup when I got back?
No,
I said we got to start talking about it because we're literally at an hour
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So let's start talking Ryder Cup. Thank you.
Can I have a raise of hands? Who watched all 3/4 days?
Yes.
I watched a little. I had
you were boarding a flight though. You were boarding a flight.
I
was traveling, so I had to get ready.
I was at my mother-in-law's birthday, and I had it on underneath the table.
Wow, that's amazing.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Carlos, welcome in, buddy.
Carlos, what's up, bro?
Now, my question to Carlos, like if Carlos watched the Ryder Cup, I don't know whether Carlos is into the Ryder Cup because I know Carlos likes his sport. He's into the Premier League. He's a Liverpool fan. So, but when it comes to the Ryder Cup, because Carlos has got Portuguese heritage, however, he's lived. Correct me if I'm wrong, Carlos. You're Boston way or something, I believe. Yeah, but yeah. So all 3 days. So Carlos, who do you support in the Ryder Cup? Are you Team Europe or are you Team USA?
So, he's definitely.
I mean, because Carlos to me, he's American Portuguese, so I'm going to guess he's Team USA. But Rob's born and raised in the US, so
Italian.
yeah.
Rob's Italian.
Possessi's pizza.
Possessi's pizza. I'm not Italian, actually. I'm Hungarian and Dutch, but breaking news.
Which is still European. So, last time I checked. But no, I know. Obviously, most of you guys in the States have obviously got European heritage and stuff. But if you're born and raised in the States, we get it. You're proud Americans. So,
I'll tell you what. I'll just cut to the chase. My buttocks were definitely clenched going into the last 2 hours.
On that Sunday, oh my God, that was so obviously.
Right, let's just
if you didn't watch the Ryder Cup, or if you don't know what the Ryder Cup is, so like the Ryder Cup. So obviously golf is full of individuals. Golf is an individual sporting tournament. You've had amazing golfers all down the years. Whether it's Tiger Woods or Nick Faldo or Davis Love Jr. Or whatever. So Davis Love the third or whatever. I don't know. There's Like Rory McIlroy, everyone knows, golf is just an individual tournament. Lots of
Arnold
competitions
Palmer,
over the Arnold Palmer, yeah, of course, yeah, over the PGA Tours over the years. Yeah, Happy
Tom
Gilmore,
Watson,
whatever. So, Shooter McGavin, people
Shoot
like that.
McGavin.
But but the Ryder Cup is the one time where golf becomes a team event. It's not the one time, because you obviously have there's one where it's USA versus, is it? I think it's the Asian countries, isn't it?
It's the President's Cup, where it's America versus everywhere else apart from Europe.
Apart from Europe, yeah. So okay, yeah, but yeah,
which America always win, because the rest of the world are nowhere near as good as Europe or America.
Yeah, but
hey,
the Ryder Cup is Team Europe versus Team USA. It's hosted biannually, and it alternates the continent each tournament. So this year was in America. In 2 years' time, it will be in Ireland. In 2 years after that, it will be back in the States. 2 years after that, I believe it will be in Barcelona.
Yep.
And so on and so forth. Hey, John, welcome in. And yeah,
hey,
it makes it a team sort of event, and therefore it makes it a bit more tribal, because you're not now just rooting for one individual, you're rooting for your team, so all of Europe is supporting Team Europe, all of USA is supporting Team USA, and it just makes it great fun to watch.
I will say it is
the best golfing competition.
In my opinion, it is the greatest team competition on the planet. It just is, because it's a sport which is naturally played by singles.
Yeah.
To actually have to come together as a team. Bearing in mind they've not met their full team, because the team is always different every 2 years. Even the European team this year, where they swapped one twin brother for another.
Only one player, yeah.
Bearing in mind Rasmus Højgaard and Nikolai Højgaard 2 years ago really
our brothers.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But they still have to come together as a team and work out how to become a team. And certainly the challenge of this year was the American team, because they brought in Keegan Bradley, who was meant to be in the Ryder Cup team 2 years ago. And they did this whole Netflix sort of episode on him not getting the Ryder Cup team. So he became the captain, and becoming the captain of a Ryder Cup team is a huge deal. It's a big deal. And he brought in not only some very, very experienced Ryder Cup players like Justin Thomas and Xander Schauffele, but he brought in a lot of rookies, which was quite dangerous, because you didn't know how they were going to play. And actually, I thought the rookies played really, really well. Like Cameron Young, who was on the American side, was probably the best player that weekend. Probably.
Well, absolutely. Cameron Young was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
It was the bigger names like Scotty Scheffler, didn't step up when he needed to, apart from on the Sunday. Scotty Scheffler,
but I knew he wasn't going to do well. Tiger never did well at the Ryder Cup. And I feel Scheffler is the same.
Bryson DeChambeau,
DeChambeau
got battered a couple of times, in his games.
I mean, on the
and he got rattled
Saturday,
rattled on Saturday.
He got rattled on Saturday, but actually, even on the final day, he played amazing, because he was 5 down to Fitzpatrick? Was it Fitzpatrick he was playing against?
Tennessee Bear says, wait, so someone has actually declared golf a sport? Technically, yeah.
If it's on Sky Sports, it's a sport. Bryson was 5 shots down on Fitzpatrick during the singles.
Yeah.
And he came back to level.
Yeah, which was insane.
Which is insane. And I think that, Carlos, you said, I hate Bryson, but found myself cheering hard for him. Let me tell you, if you took Bryson from 5-6 years ago, I could definitely agree. But actually, when you peel back the curtain and actually see him on his YouTube channel, you see him interact with the community now, and with his fans. He is such a different character than who I thought he was, and I've become a really big Bryson DeChambeau fan. I actually think he's a incredibly talented golfer, but in a different way to someone like Rory or someone like Justin Rose.
Yeah.
He will go to the absolute the absolute number to work out every single measurement. There's the reason why he's called the calculator, right? The scientist. He's called the scientist because he's able to diagnose his swing, his putting, his ball striking. It's not just about how far Bryson hits the ball, but you could arguably say that Bryson's approach play and his putting is even better than his driving.
Yeah.
I think he's a phenomenal player, and I wish he still played on the PGA Tour, but that's a whole other story. But
that's a whole other story, yeah.
Even though the golf costs a lot of money, and probably it's going to close its doors soon, but it's really interesting that this Ryder Cup, you had one team that was pretty much the same against a team where they didn't have the Jordan Spieths. They didn't have a lot of their key sort of reliable players. They went for new blood. They went for someone like a Ben Griffin, who had an incredible season. Cam Young, who had an incredible season. I mean, it was very, very interesting. And we played very well in the first 2 days. We always do well on the four balls and the foursomes.
And this is the thing I was going to say. Like since 2012, whoever was the home side had won the Ryder Cup. You know, and I remember an article after Europe won in Rome 2 years ago, saying, "Look, the Ryder Cup is becoming just a home team competition. Like, is it even worth continuing?" Kind of thing. Like, you know, and I was like, no, there's going to be an away side win soon.
Yeah. If
you rewind 4 years ago, when USA absolutely dominated Whistling Straits. Yeah. There was a claim then that USA's dominance in golf was going to be so much so that they were going to win for the next 2 decades.
Yeah,
was the claim. Fast forward 2 Ryder Cups later, and Europe have won in Rome, and then they've come back and won again in New York, where it was supposed to be the most hostile crowd in any Ryder Cup competition history. You know, it was going to get under the skin. Yeah, that is a completely other topic of conversation, but yeah, it was going to get under the skin of the Europeans, and they were going to wipe the floor with the Europeans, blow them away, whatever. Now, like you say, Europe absolutely dominated the first 2 days. Now, USA had the greatest comeback that never was, unfortunately, for them.
I've got to say,
on the last day,
the only person who won on the European side on the final day was Ludwig Oberg, who hadn't had a great Ryder Cup anyway. He hadn't had a great campaign. We managed to tie a few matches, but USA just
to get us over the line. But USA just
did such an amazing job.
They
to come
awoke,
back.
yeah.
And there was at one point. There was one point where I genuinely felt that
we'll come back to that, Carlos, in a minute. By the way,
they could tie the Ryder Cup. Obviously, when Europe gets to 14,
we retain
the cup. That doesn't necessarily mean that we win it. It means we get to keep it. It doesn't mean we win.
We get to keep it because if you tie or draw, you know,
which I don't
14
which I don't really like. I feel like you should have, when it gets to 14 all, I feel like you should have like one playoff match, playoff hole or something.
Select a goal for each. Do a hole.
You put your two best,
or whatever.
You put your two best of the weekend. You put someone like a Cam Young versus a McIlroy.
It would have been Tommy Fleetwood for Europe, surely, because
Fleetwood, for sure. Or maybe
best,
Justin Rose, but they're probably Fleetwood. Play best of 3 holes and just decide it there. But I thought the comeback was very nervy for us Europeans, because we put in all the hard work. All we needed was 2.5 points, and it was very, very close. And I thought the American side did a brilliant Sunday. It was a completely different team.
It was, it was a completely different team. And I think, a lot of people have said the difference really was that the Europeans play as a team, whereas the Americans are better as individuals. And that was basically, America's got the individuals, Europe got the team kind of spirit.
I like this. I think, so if you don't know, on the last day, Victor Hovland was injured.
Yeah.
And I think that was really unfortunate. And I think Harris English deserved to play on that final day.
Yeah,
I feel there has to be a rule where I don't feel giving the other team a point for forfeiting is right, and I don't feel what the rule is of.
Well, this is what Keegan Bradley wanted afterwards. Yeah,
I don't think halving the points is fair either. I think that each team should have a reserved player that goes out with the team, and that if they need to step in, they only step in once they've had doctor's clearance. Not for any sort of strategical change, not for any sort of stingy,
I agree,
dodgy way. But if, for example, Hovland was not medically cleared, then you could have had Nikolai Højgaard come in, or you bring in someone like a Marco Peng or someone of that sort.
I agree. Something like that would be good. Yeah,
I think the US would have done the same if it was the other way around. If Harris English was injured, and Hovland could play, you could have brought in another sort of American player. You could have brought in Spieth or whoever it could have been. I think that's the way it should be. I don't know whether they would do it, but
I mean, Carlos says half is not fair. It's a point. A forfeit is. Is it a forfeit if you physically can't play? Like, I don't know. I don't agree. It's a forfeit if there's an injury that
if you look in most sports, playing,
if it's medically you can't do it. Like, then
if you look,
like you say, a lot of sports.
Sorry. Let me rephrase. Hold on. If you look at a single sport, like tennis, if you forfeit, then yes, the other person will go through to the next round. But most of the time in team sports, there is that substitute. There is,
and this is a team competition. Yeah,
and it's a team
competition. It's individual rounds.
I do feel that, and if they have to maybe put in some form of stipulation that if there is a change, let's say for example Nikolai Højgaard comes in for Victor Hovland, then maybe Harris English starts 2 up or starts 1 up on the first hole.
I don't agree with that. I think you just got if you're swapping someone out, like
because the American would have played the last 2 days and we've got a fresh player. I think there has to be some form of.
But then the American knows the course better than the fresh player, and you could argue that. So
that is a good argument.
Yeah. I know Keegan Bradley kind of argued this at the press conference afterwards, and he said he felt it was unfair. But like Luke Donald then pointed out in his press conference, there has been cases where the US have had a player forfeit and had the half point in 91 and 1993 both times. Yeah. So so it's not a new rule. It's not something that was all of a sudden like this is a new thing to the Ryder Cup and it was unfair. There has been precedent for this since it became the format of USA versus Europe in 1979. This has happened twice before. As well, and the USA benefited from that half point. In 1993, I believe it was. So it is what it is, and it's sad. And maybe, like you're right, maybe the answer to that is to have a substitute.
I think maybe I think there's definitely 2 ways of seeing it. I definitely feel that I somewhat agree with Carlos that if it is a forfeit, it is a forfeit, and that point should automatically be given to Harris English. But then I also feel that every player wants to play in the Ryder Cup, and every player wants to have their singles match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if that team ends up losing, I still feel that if you're being chosen to play in the Ryder Cup, I think every player would want to play their singles match. I think Victor Hovland, if he was able to go, he would go. He would have played it. And
he was gutted. He was absolutely gutted.
I wouldn't have gone. And I think Harris English probably would have wanted to play it too. But again, I can understand sort of the logistics. Like if you look at the definition of what forfeit is, then I guess the other team does get the point. But there has to be an agreement of which. Do they get the point? Do they get a half point? Do they bring a substitute? What is it? And that's what's really unclear. But sport is never going to be. There's always going to be cracks in sport. As somebody who's watched F1 all of his life, the amount of cheating and stuff that happens in Formula One, it happens all the time. I see it.
It happens in every sport. It happens in football. And when I say football, I'm talking about European football. When it happens in so many sports, it's ridiculous. Like, rugby's probably the only one where it doesn't happen because there's so much respect, not too much, so much respect for the officials, for the referee, and whatever. But it's
and I agree with Carlos. The half point is stupid. The guy didn't play, so why reward him? But then you could flip that exactly the same for Harris English. Why reward Harris English because he didn't play either? And he might have got completely battered by Hovland. It's the same kind of thing. But my opinion is that everyone should be able to play if you can, and that's what I feel is right.
Yeah, I think the substitute rule, if you're medically confirmed as not being able to play, if you're not medically cleared, I think that is probably the sensible way to do it.
Did you guys talk about who actually won? I have no clue.
So Europe won. Obviously, it was close, like we said. So the first 2 days, I think Europe fans after Saturday felt it was going to be an absolute whitewash and possibly a record-setting score, because USA had just been simply that bad. They had been terrible. But the one thing a lot of us were saying on group texts, a lot of European fans were saying was, look, USA have got incredible players. They do. They've got some of the world's best. They've got the world number 1 and the world number 3, in that team. So yeah, it was. We knew it wasn't going to be straightforward. I don't think any of us expected the heart palpitations that we had on the Sunday. I felt Kim stopped watching. Kim was like loving the Ryder Cup, and she stopped watching and was like, I'm going to bed. I cannot watch any more of this, because she felt sick to the stomach at the fact that Europe looked like they were going to throw away such an insurmountable lead. It looked like it was going to be the comeback of all time. And like, you look at there's been some great Ryder Cup comebacks, like the Miracle Medina in 2012 and things like that. So when Europe didn't look to have a hope going into the last day, and
that's where
I think came back to win it. USA only needed 4 points, I think, on that last day, and Europe won 8.5 of them. So, but yeah. So there's there have been some great comebacks, but this would have been the ultimate one, and USA were so close to doing it as well. And it would have been like, I would have taken my hat off and applauded through gritted teeth. But yeah. Oh God, it was tense. It was absolutely tense. But Europe just got over the line. But it tees it up nicely for Ireland in 2 years' time, I think.
Should we talk about the elephant in the room?
Carlos said, "Let's talk about the elephant in the room."
Now, I love America. I love American food. I love American people. I love everything about America.
Likewise, gonna say that off the bat. Love America. Love our American friends.
I'm sorry, but if I watched the Ryder Cup as an American, I would not have wanted our country to be represented by these fans.
The fans were an embarrassment. Yeah.
Hey, I take umbrage on this. Adam, how far is the course from me? We looked on the map.
It was about 15 miles, was it? Something like that?
Wow,
15 miles.
You're right around the corner.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I was embarrassed too. Get in the hole! Everybody, people are idiots.
It's not so much getting in the hole. It's more of why weren't. This is meant to be a time where, if there's one thing about America and American sports that I love, is how patriotic America is. You've got flags everywhere. You've got "Let's go USA, USA, USA." Let's go, whatever.
Can I just say, Carlos makes a point. 30% of the fans, it wasn't all of them. Yes, and you're
no, absolutely. I agree.
You can't tell that. So
yeah.
But what it came up on screen.
Hey, Connie.
If it felt that but from a viewer, it didn't feel like 30%. because of what the media showed and what
And the
whole
media
story
didn't
was.
show a lot of it.
It
Yeah,
didn't
there was a
show-
lot
yeah.
that wasn't shown by the media.
It seemed a lot bigger of a. It was a much. It looked like a much bigger deal than actually probably what it was. But I was so surprised, and actually, I've got to say, the European side, especially Rory, because Rory had it the most.
Rory had it the most, and he actually
handled
bit back, didn't he?
Handled it as the best way he did.
Yeah.
There were times where he had to just stop, let it all calm down, let it all, because there was the only way for him to actually play golf. And he was very patient. There were times, obviously, where it did get to him, like it would if anybody is shouting in your face. And I think the Europeans kept their composure actually incredibly well. I just feel that I don't want golf, which is meant to be a decorum. It's meant to be a sport that's all about respect and rules and etiquette.
I agree.
To go down to hooliganism. I feel that, when you go and play around a golf, you have that level of respect to the golf course, to the greenkeepers, to your opponents, to everybody. And this is not what represents golf, the game of golf.
Yeah.
Now,
absolutely.
Has things like Live Golf affected this? Has things like the Sawgrass waste management event that happens every year where they throw beer up in the air on the par 3, has that had an effect on this? Maybe. Or is it because people are so passionate about their teams? I don't know. But you go to any country event like the World Cup, there may be sort of chance that maybe go a bit too far, but it didn't go to the extent like this, because at the end of the day, there are 1 to 2 pairs, 2 people on a golf course, not a whole team on the golf course at the same time.
I think the thing with the Ryder Cup is the Ryder Cup, because it's a team game all of a sudden in a golf arena where, like we've talked about, golf is normally about individuals. It's and normally everyone is applauded as an individual, on any PGA tour. You may have your the person that you're rooting for, your favorite, but everyone is applauded for their efforts, whereas this suddenly draws a divide. It draws a line, and it becomes tribalistic. It introduces fans from other sports to get involved in the Ryder Cup. So you've got you kind of
it's like football, a wrestling match.
as in it's European football crowd kind of environment. All of a sudden,
which is
there's fans singing songs and chanting stuff and things on both sides, and some of the chants can be very witty natured, good entertainment.
Sarcastic.
Europe fans, sarcastic, whatever. Europe fans were obviously, sort of jumping around and having a good time, but singing positive songs about Europe, and that was the difference here. I think
that was embarrassing.
Unfortunately, the American fans, a lot of them were trying to be more derogatory to the Europeans to try and get under their skin, which I get is it's a psych kind of element, but I think some of it went too far, and I think there was elements. Rory McIlroy's wife Erica got spat on, got covered in beer just for walking around the course, things like that, and there was no excuse for things like that, and that's where it absolutely went too far. And bless her, she still went out there every single day to support Rory, even despite the hostility she received. Carlos, sorry, bring that comment back up. Yeah, I think if alcohol wasn't sold there, it wouldn't have been as bad. Absolutely. And everyone...
It's always like that, though.
Everybody can go to a sporting game, drink a few too many beers, and turn into a person they're not normally 90% of the time.
Now,
95%
what's
of the time.
interesting...
Myself included, I've been to the football many times, drank too many beers, and maybe said 1 or 2 things I've regretted afterwards. But
Adam, I think what's important for our perspective to our American viewers and listeners, we have a culture here in the UK where the culture is you go to the pub, you drink, you go watch football, and the chants you hear at football matches is actually one of the reasons why I don't really like soccer anymore. I really don't. It's not so much the game, it's the the behavior and the crowds at these matches, because it's all targeted insults. And us Brits, we do have very sarcastic humor, but I feel like we are now in a society where it's taken too far. And I really don't, we should be allowed to have a drink, but also, be respectful to
Carlos. I'm just gonna stop there, Carlos. Not everywhere in Europe, mostly Spain. Not everywhere in Europe.
I will say,
the racist stuff hasn't been around in the UK since the 1980s. So yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't know if I agree full-heartedly whether it's been around since the 1980s. I think it's certainly
not chance, active racist chance.
Not chance.
Yeah, no, chance has not been around. Yeah,
but I do feel that we should have the right to have a drink, but be respectful to our team. We're taught.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're taught at school that you respect your opponent, you respect your team, you show sportsmanship, and that's the most important thing. But here in the Ryder Cup or in football games here in the UK, that's not what's being shown, and it influences new people, and kids into these sports, and they see the wrong end. Golf is a time where it's a peaceful sport. It's a time where people come together. There's etiquette, there's rules, there's just a level of respect.
There's not being disruptive to the golfers. You like I say, most of the golf season, most golfers on tour will go, and the crowds will be respectful. They may have a personal favorite that they're willing to win, but they will be respectful of every single person on the tee, every single person putting on the green. They'll applaud them. They'll not be disruptive. However, the Ryder Cup got very disruptive at times, didn't it? And I think that was part of, like you say, Carlos mentions the alcohol and Walt here, welcoming Walt, by the way. It's good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Walt.
Everywhere. Fans everywhere act badly. The part of that behavior is alcohol. Yeah, exactly. So Walt mentions it as well. Most football fans are terrible because they tailgate for 3. It is the culture.
It's the same here.
And bring a team sport into an individual arena, you will get team fans, as in football fans, American and European football fans.
At the end of the day, whether it's tailgating outside Fenway Park or wherever, or going to the pub, outside Wembley Stadium, it's always going to be the same, because there are going to be people who want to enjoy a football game, have lots and lots of stuff to drink, and and ruin the fun for everybody. But it's just it's horrible that it's come to somewhere like golf, and golf was the sport.
That was your point, Dan. Yeah, it's not acceptable in golf. You're right.
Not acceptable in golf. It is not. That's the reason why golfers, why people who love golf love going to these golf events is because they truly love the sport, because they play the hobby every single weekend, right? Yeah. If you're into your football, if you're into your basketball, whatever, you're not playing as a hobby every single weekend. Golfers play all year round, every single day, trying to better themselves every single weekend, getting that lowest score possible. But I just feel sometimes that, the world that we live in, we see, I think a lot of it is to do with social media. I think a lot of it is to do with sort of the culture of sport. We don't want it to overlap. There's one of the reasons why at the Sawgrass event, the waste management event, they had to ban alcohol at this golf event, because every time someone got a hole in one, they would jump up the air, throw beers over the air. They would then throw the beer cans on the course. They would throw it onto the course, and they would completely stop the entire round of golf, because if one hole is stopped, then all the other holes stop, and it's wrong. It's really wrong. And I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to the everyone who was affected by this Ryder Cup, the people who went to the Ryder Cup, because we don't want to associate that behavior with the European fans or the American fans, because it's not. It's those 30% that did do an awful representation of what a fan should be, and they did the wrong thing, and it's just unfortunate. It really is.
Yeah. I love Walt. Good point, Walt. Etiquette starts with respects. Fans don't respect each other fans. It's a shame. I used to always tell my kids, win with class, lose with class. Yeah, 100%. And God forbid you go to like, opposing team, you wear your jersey or your hat at like a baseball or football game or whatever. You see way too much violence too. I agree. You made that point earlier, Walt.
So when in 2012, the Olympics were in London, and I was very fortunate that I was able to go to a soccer game at Wembley Stadium, and it was Mexico versus Japan, and all the crowd were mixed in with each other, and all the Mexican fans were drinking tequila, and all the Japanese fans were drinking sake.
That sounds like the best day ever.
And we were watching this Olympic soccer match at Wembley Stadium. Everyone was having a great time. Everyone was drinking, and it was the best event, football event, soccer event I've ever been to, because everyone was there to have a good time at the Olympics. They were drinking, but they were doing it because they were supporting. And then you had all the Mexican fans pass like sombreros.
They sold alcohol at the Olympics.
And the Japanese were passing.
Yeah, there's alcohol at the Olympics. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And it's great fun. Yeah.
So it just shows that
good sport. Everyone appreciates each other.
Actually, that people who are drinking can still have a respectful good time, because they were passing like each other's flags next to each other. They were doing all these amazing things. But it's unfortunate that you hear all the bad stuff. And that's what's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, you never hear the good stuff. God forbid.
Tennessee Bear makes a great point there. I think every person, regardless of sport, should play to win. But if they don't know how to also lose with respect, then they don't even deserve to play the game. Yeah, there's got to be an element of losing respect. By all means, support your team. Just do it in the right way. And one thing, like, I don't want to sit here and bash Americans too much for the Ryder Cup. We know that a lot of it wasn't covered in the media. A lot of it was. I think it's great that all of our American friends here, Carlos and Walt and everyone, have kind of come out and said, yeah, let's discuss the elephant in the room, because, it was shocking. What probably didn't help America's cause here, bearing in mind, like I say, there was the tribalistic thing going on where you've suddenly brought a team environment and divided the lines into an individual game. The organizers of the Ryder Cup in New York hired a stand-up comedian to be the hosts on the tee, and she got involved with starting the abuse at Rory McIlroy, which then leads
That's not cool.
to
Who's
exactly.
The comedian? Was she famous? Or?
I can't remember what her name was. She's a stand-up comedian, but she got involved with starting the abuse aimed at Rory and joining in with the chants and stuff, which then obviously leads to you just encouraging others. When you got someone with a microphone doing that on the tee, then you're just encouraging everyone to follow suit. And so that probably didn't help the cause. I've never been to the Ryder Cup, but I plan on going in 2 years' time when it comes to Ireland. I know it's going to be expensive, but Kim and I have discussed it, and we're planning on going in 2 years' time.
I was going to say, we talked about this off stream. Do you think it's going to be the same there? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I think that's the point.
Europe fans will be passionate, but it won't be anywhere near as bad as it was in New York. And if you look back at Rome 2 years ago, it's good natured. It was Rome 2 years ago, and I think 6 years ago it was it Scotland, or was it was somewhere in the UK? I can't remember, but
well, there were statements that were sent out by Rory and Shane Lowry, both one Northern Irish, one Irish, saying to their fans, listen, we're very excited to be in Ireland in 2 years, but you are going to represent us as Irish, as passionate Irishmen, and be proud of being European and not show the dark side of golf. And I think that's really important for Rory and Shane to do, because at the end of the day, we all want to celebrate the game of golf and have a great time while supporting each other's teams.
Did they oversell the American event?
what in the message that they said?
No, the crowd was huge. I was shocked.
The crowd was huge, but I don't think they oversold it.
Well, no, because the tickets were incredibly extortionately expensive.
My neighbor went, so I know what the prices were.
I think they were like $500 to nearly $1,000 for all 3 days.
No, it was more than that. And you couldn't buy just one day; you had to buy multiple days too. So sounds like Disney. So.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, like I say, I don't want this to become a fan bashing and certainly a nation bashing thing or anything like that. You know, it's sport. Sport is sport, and everyone will always have their divide. You know, like I'm looking at the comments there. Obviously, Walt makes a point that it's not just the American fans, you know, and as made reference to when Canadian fans booed the American national anthem earlier this year. I believe that was more for political reasons and something that a president was trying to introduce at the time. But I don't want to go too far into that because let's not talk politics because that can get ugly as well. But yeah, that's like fans will always passionately cheer their team and will sometimes try to get under the skin of the opposing fans and the opposing team. You've got to do it right, and you've got to do it in a classy way is the ultimate way, like, you know, and sometimes, unfortunately, like you say, with too much alcohol or too much passion, and yes, that is a thing, you know, it can become overzealous, it can become horrible, and sometimes even in worst cases violent, and it's a shame. Thankfully, I don't think it became violent at the Ryder Cup. It became nasty, but it didn't become violent. You know, like I say, Erica McIlroy didn't need to, you know, get spat on or have beer chucked over her for American fans to show their passion for their own team. You know, instead of trying to get at the Europeans, support your team, support Scotty Scheffler, support Bryson DeChambeau, support you know, Young, who played out of his skin, you know, things like that. But like, you know, that's I guess that's what it boils down to, and that's what I hope to see in Ireland in 2 years' time. Is fans. I want to see American fans come over as well and support their team, but support their team, not get at the Europeans, and likewise with the Europeans, support their team, not get at the Americans. You know, by all means, like, you know, when someone misses a shot, you know, sometimes hey, you know, but like you do it in good jest, you cheer, but it's in good jest, not spouting vitriol and. You know,
I would also say that if it was on the other foot and it was the Europeans, not the Brits, the Europeans, not the Americans, I'd still call out the Europeans.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I would have been just as embarrassed as our American 100%. Friends are. You know, yeah. So
you know, it's funny when Long Island does try to get these things. Like they did like a cricket tournament. Remember the cricket tournament wasn't far from me, Adam. That thing, and then
the Cricket World Cup, yeah.
And Long Island's just like when you do it in these, like I don't feel that course was, you know, their buses were parking a mile away. They were saying, and you know, I saw someone's on Instagram. She left at 2:00 in the morning from the city, and I think she walked in the gates around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Wow. That's
so
insane.
like I have a feeling that I feel it was definitely oversold. I feel that like people were just like. You know, I don't know if it was all you can drink, but I know it was like what a lot of the packages is all you can eat. So like I saw different reels on that and different videos on that, like all the different food and stuff. And I don't, maybe John in the chat there, Surf Bum could say if because it's a Carlos San Golf. Yeah, they don't. You're right. I just always feel that these things are just people are just pissy because it was hot. It was pretty hot that week, and it was just
like
for what it was.
Carlos makes a point. He said nothing bigger than Red Sox versus Yankees. I've been to a Red Sox versus Yankees game. All right, albeit in London, so you didn't have the full fan base. It was in London, but fans from both, like fans from Boston, fans from New York, fans from all over the states came over. And that was at the London Stadium where the Olympics were in 2012.
Right.
Great day out. What I loved about that was there was a lot of Americans that came over to London to watch the baseball, Major League Baseball. That was, you know, obviously the Red Sox versus the Yankees, which we know is a huge derby in baseball. The Cricket World Cup was going on at the same time, and England were obviously involved in that. And I love that the American fans of baseball, and we get cricket is not a big thing in America. It's not at all. They're trying to make it a big thing. They're trying to make Major League Cricket now. And introduce it on a wider sort of scale. But the American fans that were fans of baseball, the fans of a game a sport where you need to get bat on ball and try and score as many runs as you can, really actually got involved and interested in the cricket. They were coming to us and talking to us, like me and my brother-in-law, about the cricket and saying, "Oh, England are doing great," and and they were really getting into it, and I loved that. And what I will say is, yes, you saw passionate Red Sox fans, passionate Yankees fans, but there was no horrible animosity there. Now, maybe it's different when it's actually in Boston, when it's actually in New York, but it wasn't like, like Carlos just said, it wasn't a patch on what actually went down at the Ryder Cup. And then when I saw Carlos also ask, do you think it will be as bad in Ireland in 2 years' time? No, not a chance. Is my honest opinion. I don't think it will be as bad. I don't think European fans will be out for revenge, because when you get the football fan culture, fans don't go out for revenge on a team. Fans go out for revenge on fans. And that's when you have enough fans coming together for it to create that hostile environment, which you get in football week in, week out, when you're in the same country and fans travel to and from, like you were just talking about Lisbon fans a short while ago and stuff like that. Carlos, you know what European football can be like. Fans will go after fans. Fans will not always go after teams or anything like that. So no, I don't think it'll be anything like as bad when it comes over here.
Yeah.
Is my answer.
That was a great conversation, guys. You were speaking a different language, unfortunately, with a lot of this stuff, because I just didn't follow it. I just don't know it. But it was funny. I hit up Adam again. He had to explain it to me 2 years ago, and he had to explain it again to me this year. I said, "Okay, what's the deal? What's going on?" And Adam is a really good teacher. He taught me really well. So yeah, that's good.
He's a better teacher than me, and that's what I do for a job.
Yes, too funny. Well, I do have to wrap it up a little bit because we did go really long, which is good. Hey, I love talking to you guys, so I do the Dan 24-hour stream. I'll be honest with you, but with the
24 hours.
Yeah. But yeah, all good. So okay, Adam, do you want to promote anything or talk about anything before we go? Check out Adam's Land. We're all around the channels here, so.
I've got more content coming soon, and I know I say this on every stream, and then never materializes. So because I like to keep people on suspense. Now, everyone knows that we got married just over a year ago now, 14 months ago, almost 14 months ago. That's gone so fast, it's ridiculous. Yep, and obviously, when we got back to the UK last year, in fact, while we were in Florida on the honeymoon, I started the honeymoon series. I continued it when we got back to the UK, but then obviously as it went into Christmas time, things got in the way. And then since then, most of my time has been spent between working and producing a film and also working on a new band that I've become part of as well. Yeah. I've really lost
What's
the
name
time
of that
to
band?
sit down. That band is called Casey Jones.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love the promotion you guys do. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it's good fun, and it's just good old rock covers. So not original music anymore. I did the whole original thing, and I've done the whole touring thing for years. But no, it's nice to sit down and play some covers, some songs that people know already, and just have some fun with it. And
can we live stream one of those shows? I want to see that. From the guy who live streamed his wedding, which was awesome.
Maybe we can figure something out when we'll look into that for our next show. But yeah, so I've had a lot going on. I haven't found the time to sit down and edit the videos. I'm halfway through the honeymoon vlog series, which now seems kind of like, should I continue the honeymoon vlog series? Yeah, of course. I've got the footage in there, and like for example, we had a day at Discovery Cove, which I'd never been to before. I can't wait to put that footage up and things like, so yeah, like the honeymoon vlog series will continue because we've got like time and space to fill and things like that. So stay tuned. It's coming. When, I couldn't tell you, but I did start making moves on it over the last couple of weeks again, getting
good
stuff uploaded into my editing software and stuff ready to start. So
that's what I do. I just throw it in there, get it ready, and just.
I mean, it's in 20 minutes. It's going to be Christmas, and then in about 30 minutes, it's going to be the Oscars. So like we'll see when it all comes, because like time goes like that basically. So yeah.
Hey Nick, Movie Mania Nick, one of my members. Thank you so
Welcome
much.
Welcome, Nick. Good to see you, brother. Walt, good seeing you too. I see Walt saying,
good seeing everyone.
Good
here.
seeing everyone. Yeah, Carlos, Walt,
Connie. Good seeing everyone.
It's good to go along.
Jeff and Angela.
Diz, our dream. Yeah. So it's great seeing people, and and Rob was like, "Oh, we've gone long. This is why we go long. It's fun. Get people in the pub.
Yeah, YouTube's so different. Our like core people just kind of, everyone kind of went their own way. People got burned out on YouTube. People don't watch as much. People have their certain things they like and everything. So
people have got their own lives as well.
And like, people,
maybe it's the Robert Downey Jr. effect. Like everyone quit Marvel when Robert Downey Jr. got killed off in Endgame. Spoiler alert. But now the return of Robert Downey Jr. may be the reemergence of this marvelous Disney online chat community. Maybe
they get rid of him because he wanted too much money. Was that the deal?
No, I think he just quit YouTube.
No, I'm saying Robert Downey Jr. quit.
Oh, I know. I'm just joking. I have no idea.
I wonder if that's the thing. I have a feeling they were getting a lot of money and they went a different direction paying these people. I don't know. Hey, Grace, ABCD.
Hey, Grace.
All of the Graces, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G for Grace.
G for Grace.
Yes, good seeing you, Grace. I'm going to see Grace tomorrow at the cook-off. So
hey.
I saw last time I saw John and Nick, but I'm sorry guys, this year is weird with tickets and everything. It's very limited. I'm going to see a bunch of Jovi fans tomorrow. Yeah, but you're gonna fly in for a chili cook-off. A lot of people do, believe it or not. So
I don't know if Ebony is still in the chat.
I've got to work tomorrow, but I'll still come.
I hear you. So
speaking of cook-off, we're gonna order some food soon. So I don't know if Ebony is still in the chat, but Ebony, we're gonna order some food soon. So get home and food. Yeah,
Mr. Dan. You gonna threaten another live stream for us? I didn't do anything today. So.
Yeah, well, I am threatening another live stream because hopefully we do more of these on.
Yes. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Where we get all three of us to stream Pub Talk all together because it's great bringing everyone together. For me, not just seeing you two, but having these amazing people in the chat. I mean, we've got our brothers and sisters in here. We've got, Carlos and Walt and Jeff and Paul and Nick and Grace and so on. Like, we've got so many amazing people here, and we want, I miss this. I really do. And actually, there may be some stuff I might be talking to might be talking to people. I know I've been asked by a few people to bring back the Disney movie reviews with Walt, which I'd love to do. So Walt and I are in discussions of doing that, which we will do. No, Jeff, you're amazing. We just want to. Oh, I want to draw. Oh, the drawing game thing. Oh, we've got to do that. That was great fun. But yeah, I've got a few ideas. It's just trying to find logistical time for me. I'm older. I can't stay up till like midnight or 1 a.m. anymore. It's not. I just can't do it.
Whoa, sweet child of mine. You're so much younger than we are.
Let me tell you something.
No excuses.
You don't get up at 6:15 every morning.
I get up at 6:30. It's 15 minutes later. What's wrong with you?
What time do you start work?
8.
Yeah, 7:15.
Right. My point still stands. I still wake up at the same time.
And what time do you finish? And what time do you finish, eh?
So I have an hour's drive each way, and I finish at 4. But then, no, I finish at 4. But then I come home and I log back in at 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. It's now 10 p.m. I'm just finishing work now from a day I got up at 6:30 this morning for. It's 10 p.m.
I see. Yeah, but you don't have screaming children in your ear.
I have I have a wife in my ear that's in the car.
Don't you? This will be the last year of America.
Hello, dear.
What time is it there? 10?
It's
No.
10. Yeah, 10.
Wow.
It's just fine time, but we are looking at doing a few more streams. I have
we are.
But, we got the Halloween one coming up.
We got the Halloween one, but as for a personal channel, my channel is not dead. It's still somewhat alive and kicking.
It's back.
It is back, and I'm going to try it. Maybe even tomorrow. Who knows? You know what? Maybe even tomorrow night, I might be like, you know what? I'm just gonna be like, I'm going to stream tomorrow. So we'll see. So keep yourself subscribed. Again, for me, I'm not interested with social media. I do this for the fun. I do this because I want to be with my friends. I want to do this so that we could just enjoy friendship, and that's what's been always been about for me this whole time. So
that's awesome.
I don't care if I put copyrighted music on my videos. I really don't care, because what are they gonna do? They're not gonna do anything. So there you go.
That's the spirit, sweetheart.
Yeah. I love that we're on the 3 different channels too. So we're pulling in different people, some of our friends and everything. So thanks for representing Dan and Adam and me. So very cool.
We're all one big family.
And of course, my channel. If you're on one of the other channels watching, it's Rob Fuzz. Check out my channel as well. So we got to get Pam on here. We got to get Marco, the greatest Marco of all. We got to get some of the guys back again.
Get
Mike
Brandon
and Brandon,
Mike, for
Mike
sure. And Jen,
all the Pub Talk regulars, and Jen, of course.
Maybe even open it up again sometime. We haven't opened it up for a while, for other people to come into the pub and have a drink with us. So.
Yeah, we got a lot of people here. If you guys want to come on for whatever Halloween, or you want to come on for the Christmas
Halloween or Christmas, we always like to open it up for a Christmas drink. Let people come in, have a drink. Tell us about your festive plans, your holiday traditions, things like that. So
have some games.
Yeah.
Arjons. We got to get Arjons on. That's right, the legend.
We need to get Arjons.
That is.
But you know what Arjons will always say?
Huh?
No.
There you go.
We timed that so well.
Definitely no, Rob.
The part is he's wearing a mask too. He's definitely.
Yeah, he needs to record new ones.
Please, Rich. I love the mask. So leave it on. Come on, Rich. Because when you think about it, I could literally say anything. I could instead of what he's saying, because you can't see what he's talking about.
Rob, I said no.
Come on, Richie.
No.
It's Christmas time too. Too funny.
Chip Cheerio.
We can literally just have all of these on repeat for the next hour.
I said no, Rob.
Come on, Richard.
No mask.
Legend.
There we go. That's the one.
There's no mask. This is a more modern one. So I have all 3 channels in Echo. Thank you so much, Nick. Nick did a zombie walk at Asbury Park. I watched it the other day. It was awesome.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
But Nick, I thought you had a couple good points. I don't know why they didn't have it at night, and I don't know why they didn't have music on or anything, but definitely check out Movie Mania Nick's channel. He's awesome. Check out all these people's channel. Very cool. All right, guys, I got to go pick up John. John was playing in a band at his high school, and he told me it's 5:05. He says he's going to be ready around 5. So I got to get over there to get him. So
well, it's been a pleasure.
Of course, guys.
It has been an absolute pleasure, guys.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're ready for another drink, so we're going to grab another drink in a minute. Grab some food.
Nice.
Night,
this is what I love. This is what I love about Adam. His priorities: drink first, and then he's going to eat. No problem. Always going to be the drink. So
he's going for another drink and ordering food. I'm going to be going to bed.
Yeah, I'm going to bed too. And it's sad. It's only 5 o'clock here. So, Adam, we need the mini keg too for the next show. Work on that. We need the mini keg. That's so funny.
I'll do it for a special show, maybe Christmas.
You see, that's not good for me.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos, the British invasion. I'm not involved. I'll speak with an I can't do the accent.
No, just stop while you're ahead.
Say hello, mate. Clean your chimney, governor.
Hello, mate. Clean your chimney, governor. Oh, so Grace brought up a good point too. We're gonna bring this up next time. So she says, when I was in Disney, Grace went to Disney. Grace gave me some great shorts. Thank you so much, Grace. I appreciate you. I said, Grace, fill me a couple of these shorts because I want to put them on. and she was awesome about it. So thank you. I wanted to thank her.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was at Disney
Yeah,
every
we-
month. I learned about insane
Hold
deals.
on.
We do get insane
Hold on.
deals because
Yeah.
our 14-day tickets generally cost the same as your 4-day tickets.
That's crazy.
To my
You can talk about the 14 days for the price of 7, but we don't get free refills here where you guys get
That's too funny. So, well, thanks, Grace, for the short.
it costs us £3 per Coke. So if you're going to have 2 Cokes, it's £6 down the Wazak.
Crazy. It's crazy. 640 for 3 days. I paid this trip. Ugh. Not looking forward to the new prices. Well, we talked about that earlier. So if you missed the Disney stuff, rewind, rewatch, whatever. All right, guys. Great stream as always.
It's
was so
always a great stream.
It's a long time since I used the horn. I had to re-download the app. So re-download the app. Too funny. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you. We need an outro too. We need an outro.
We'll figure out an outro. Again, thank you anyone for joining live. Thank you anyone that watches on the replay on any of the 3 channels. Dan, Rob, myself.
The longest
And thank you for anyone. Thank you for anyone that listens on the podcast.
Yeah, we do
Listens
have a
to the audio
we do
version.
have a podcast. And it was funny. I was thinking about Dan. Dan was saying he would go back and listen to a couple, and he was enjoying them. I listen to go back and listen to them too.
They're great.
We're looking at 5, 6, 7 years on some of those. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear everything. So and in the intro, Brandon looks like a baby. We love seeing that. It's too funny. So. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm really going to end it here. Have a great night. Talk to you guys soon.
Ciao.
See you, everybody.
Ciao. Get in there. Wait, hold on, Dan. Get in there. I think this is the way we should just.
Ciao.
We get the palm reads later. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll see everyone at the cook-off tomorrow.
Bye-bye.